It's the final part of our day trip to London with Simon Waspe, and we're back on that favourite topic, overnight parking for the UK's lorry driving community.
And what happens is that the politicians just... When you look around at people trying to improve their own lot, you see a lot of things where you see drivers and campaigners and various people putting together these petitions to the government to say, please put in more truck stops and please do this and please do that.
Yeah, but
I think they're a waste of time.
That has to be a viable business for the person investing the money in the truck stop, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
and
does.
then it needs to be patronised.
But the thing that gets to me is that those petitions are really just a sort of, I don't know what you call them really, they're just a placebo instead of doing something worthwhile, because the reality is that people put up a petition, please give us more truck stops, yeah?
Yes.
And our target for signatures is 10,000. So if they work really hard, they might get 10,000 signatures. And then the government looks at that and smiles and says, well, that's about 3% of the UK's truck drivers who are voting for that. So obviously the other 97% don't give a toss.
Yeah, but most of them aren't here, are they? Because they're somewhere else, so it wouldn't affect them. So if there's a truck stop here,
yeah,
and I'm on day work and I live in Cumbria, it's of no relevance to me at all, is it? But individually, every county needs to look at their own county and say, where have we got to put vehicles visiting this county from away, which could be Portugal, Italy, Scotland, and someone actually could be out of time who's at Felixstowe, but they've run out of time in Ipswich. So where are they going to park? And it's illegal to be in a lay-by at night with no lights. And to me, being in a lay-by is unsafe, because you're taking away space from somebody who might want to stop for 1 minute, who can't because you're now there. And there have been incidents of cars falling asleep or whatever and straying into the lay-by, or even thinking the lay-by is an off-ramp and joining it and hitting what's in it and dying. And those trucks should not be in those lay-bys at night, but they're shutting off industrial estates because unfortunately a lot of drivers use them as toilets, but they've got nowhere to go. So what do you expect them to do? Because they've got nowhere else to go. But it's a problem everywhere that nobody is doing anything about. But it's down to me, to the planning department of each rural regional council, to look at and say, right, we've got 300 visiting vehicles on average in this county every night during the week. Where can we put them? And if we haven't got 300 spaces, and I bet you none of them have, they should address that. And if someone comes out of the bushes and says, I want to build a truck stop, they should give them permission to build it.
So, I mean, how do we get this working? In fact, does that mean that the government, because this is the only eventual authority, the government should say all counties must have X?
Yes. If the county isn't capable of making their own decisions, and they would appear to be, your crossing is full. Where else can we park? There's almost nowhere to park on Felixstowe Dock, and that's the biggest container port in England. There's about, 25 spaces in the PP. There's a few spaces opposite Trelawney House. No one knows they're there. You can park on a container quay in a row on a road, but there's no toilets. There's nowhere to get anything to eat, and I think that's unsanitary and inhumane. So you've probably got parking down there that's practical for about 40 trucks. Well, what do you do with the rest then?
So the other alternative is, should we say, to destinations, i.e. whether it's the dock, whether it's warehouses, whether it's RDCs, shouldn't we say to them, or should we say to them, you must provide some overnight parking, or you must provide long-term parking for drivers?
Well, is it really their job? And if they're paying rates on the ground that you're parking on, and you're expecting them to give it to you for nothing? Do you think
not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying they should give it to you for nothing. I think they should, if other people are charging and if the drivers are not, if it's coming out of expenses, not out of the driver's pockets, then I should say, why not charge for it? Yes, they should.
Well, it's got legs, isn't it, to be discussed, but they've got to be somewhere. You see, a lot of people don't want you in their yard overnight because you're their responsibility. They don't want you as responsibility. They want to get rid of you as
as quick as they can.
Because people do throw rubbish about. They do pee in funny places. They leave even
And
worse
crap
things
on the road, that's right.
Worse places. But you're in a situation, and what do you do? And that's why I don't want to tramp anymore. I've done it.
Oh.
It was a struggle.
And you don't want to do it again.
I'm not going back to it. I'm quite happy doing an odd day when someone's in a muddle, and I can get out of my environment, leave it all behind for a day, and that's what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
Is this now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we can look at the growing wheat, and we can see the leaves coming, and actually go home and think, thank God I've got to do this tomorrow, because that's how I feel now, because it's just got too much.
Too hard. When we look at, I mean, one of the things that I was looking at a few months ago, when we had the previous run of Trucking TV, was alternate parking places, and there are actually lots of the bloody things about, aren't there? Do you know, I was up in Colchester, and I don't know whether you've driven through Colchester on the bypass or on the A12 lately.
Yeah.
But you passed their lovely
Monday.
community stadium there,
Yes,
the football
yes,
stadium.
Yes.
Did you know they've got an enormous, and I mean enormous, car park there that's in use, I assume, probably one afternoon and probably one evening a week?
Yeah, so what you're getting at is
And that
the
could
space,
be an overnight truck
the
park.
space does exist.
Yeah, space
If it
exists,
was just made
and they could
available
use it.
everywhere.
The other thing that could be used for an overnight truck park from, say, I don't know, from say 5 o'clock in the afternoon onwards, is park and rides.
Yes.
If you're on our park and ride at, I don't know, let's say 5 o'clock at the earliest, and you're out at 8 o'clock at the latest,
Yes.
then there shouldn't be a problem, should there?
No.
And they charge 15 quid a night for
Yes.
that. Lay on a burger van and
Yes.
you're laughing your socks off.
You'd need some toilet facilities, wouldn't you?
Well, most of those, a lot of the park and rides have got toilet facilities.
But they need to be open. See, that's another problem, because
Well-
people have got a habit of making a terrible mess of public toilets.
Yeah, but well, that's true. But if you've got 100 trucks
You ought to be able to pay for a fee.
paying, exactly, if you've got 100 trucks paying a tenner a night, then you've got £1,000.
Out of dirt for doing it.
And in reality, if you pay two people, I don't know what you pay two people for an overnight,
What, £15
100
an
quid,
hour to be there at night?
whatever. Yeah, if you paid a couple of people 100 quid each or something,
Well,
then you're
do a
going to end
short
up
shift,
making
wouldn't
money.
it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's something that's very interesting. That's something to look
Next
at.
question, really. And that's us for this Driver's Day with Simon Waspe. If you would like some company for a round trip and you're based in the east of England, we'd like to hear from you. You need your company's permission, and you can show them our previous Driver's Day series on our YouTube page. Give us a call or drop us a line anytime.